Hi, my name is Sandra Barca, and I will be talking to you today about the California Pregnant and Parenting Youth Guide. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or need additional information about the guide or the website, please contact me at trg@pppsgv.org, and that is here on that first slide. So let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. I will give you a little bit of information about what the guide is and who the authors are. I will also give you a little bit more information about the contents of the guide and take you through the website and show you some of the available resources on the website. So the guide was written by the National Partnership for Women and Families in collaboration with the National Health Law Program, as well as many professionals from around the country who work with teens. The guide is a unique and comprehensive resource, and it's the only one of its kind in California. It contains legal information and resources for teens, families, and staff who work with teens. The guide was written specifically for teens, so it's really easy to understand. It uses simple, unbiased language and discusses all of the options that are available for teens and their families to make the best decisions for them and their future. The guide contains legal information, not legal advice. And the guide is also written in a question and answer format so that the information is really easy to find. If you need legal advice, you can always contact lawhelpcalifornia.org, and you can see the website on there on your screen. If you need legal advice, talk to a lawyer. The law is complicated and your situation may be different than what we talk about in this guide. If the guide recommends that you talk to a lawyer, please do so. There are many places in California where you can talk to a lawyer for free or for a very low cost. The lawyers there will help you no matter how old you are. And for more information, you can contact Law Help California. And then I will also be pointing out some of the resources that are on the website where you can find more information about getting free legal advice or low-cost advice. So let's talk about a little bit more about who this guide is for. The guide is for teens who are under 18. It's also really useful for young women under 18 who are pregnant or parenting in California. The guide is also helpful for the fathers under 18, for the parents of a mother or father who is under 18, and for staff working with pregnant or parenting teens or teens in general. Again, I want to reiterate that the information that is in the guide is primarily for teens in California. For those of you that might be listening in or watching from a different state, some of these laws and some of this information may not apply to you, so please contact your local organizations to get more information. So let's talk a little bit about the contents of the guide. So the guide is divided into several different sections that covers everything from sex and pregnancy to being a parent to managing life. And then we also cover some very special situations like undocumented immigrants. We talk about some of the services that are available for them. We also talk about some of the rights and services and resources that teens in foster care can access. There's also a small section for teens who are in the juvenile detention centers. And there's also a section for grandparents where we talk a little bit about what their rights are and their responsibilities. So let's dive in a little bit further into the contents of the guide. And let's talk first about the first section, the sex and pregnancy section. So this section covers information about sex It covers information about pregnancy and STD prevention, where to go to get tested. It also has information about how to access these services. There's also information about birth control, where to go to access services. And there's also information about pregnancy, information about the options that are available, and where to get prenatal care. There's also information about safe and legal abortion, and information about adoption, how to make an adoption plan, what that means, and also the mother's and father's rights. If you want to learn more information about accessing reproductive health services during the school day, then you can find more information about it starting on page 4 of the guide, and I'll show you where you can download the guide as well. In the section called Being a Parent, you'll find information about having the baby. So you'll find information about how to get health care, how to be safe and healthy. There's also information about naming the baby, how long you have to name a baby. For example, did you know that you have up to 10 days in the state of California to choose a name for the baby? For more information about this, you can go to page 34 of the guide. There's also information about the father's rights, custody, visitation, and travel, supporting a child, how to stay safe. So there's information about domestic violence resources and hotlines. There's also information about restraining orders and how to get one in place. The next section covers information about managing life. There's information about staying in school. For more information about your rights to stay in school if you're a pregnant or parenting teen, then you can go on to page 89 of the guide. There's also information about getting married, finding a place to live. There's also information about emancipation and all of the different steps that you have to take in order to gain emancipation. There's information about going to court and working. It talks about how many hours you can work during the school day and during school time. And then now I want to focus a little bit about some of the special situations that we also have information for. For example, for undocumented immigrants, you can find out more information about how to become a permanent resident, and that's on page 122 of the guide. For teens who are in the foster care system, you can learn more about things like voluntary family reunification agreements and voluntary family maintenance agreements, and that's on page 130 of the guide. On page 136, you can find more information about the services that teens can access if they are in a detention center. And for the grandparents, they also need a lot of information, and they have just as many questions as teens. They could turn to page 138 of the guide to learn more about their rights and their responsibilities. So now I want to turn to the website itself and show you some of the things that are in the website. To get to the website, you can go to pregnantyouth.info. That's over here at the top. And here you can see that it's very teen-friendly, it's very easy to access, and you will see several different things. First, you will see this Español button. The guide and the website are both available in English and in Spanish, and you can turn the website to Spanish and access the information in Spanish just by clicking on this Español button. And it turns the whole website into Spanish, including the resources listed by county. Let me turn it back into English. To download the guide, you can just click on this picture right here that says download PDF, and it'll download a PDF version of the guide, and you can just start reading the guide. It's written in the question and answer format, just like the information that's on the website. The PDF is searchable. So you can search for any term and it'll populate a list of all of the places where things like adoption is mentioned. And you can just click through. Another thing that you will notice is that there are links embedded within the PDF, and you can click on these links to go to the websites that you need. So I'm just clicking through, and as you can see, it's really easy to navigate and to find the information that you may need. Here you can see that there are links embedded within the PDF, and you can just click on the link and it'll open up a different web page and get you to the place that you need. So it's really easy. There's also phone numbers and other resources listed inside the PDF. And the same information is listed in Spanish as well, so there isn't this loss of information. If you look over here on the table of contents and you just place your cursor right on top of one of these general topic areas, you will see a little window pop up that gives you a little bit more information about the topics that are covered within that section. And that's really useful. You don't have to scroll through a bunch of different pages to find the information that you need. If you click on any of these, then it'll take you directly to the Start Reading tab. And as you can see here, it's written in a question and answer format. And you can just click on any of these questions and it'll open up the information and show you the answer to the question that you need. You can also see that there are links here, and you can just click on the link and it'll open up a different web page and take you directly to the page that you need. There's no more searching a ton of different websites and trying to find this information in a bunch of different websites. It's all in one place, which is really great and amazing. Another thing that you might have noticed is this quick links section over here. And that section appears in almost every single page, and these are just some quick links that you may need access to right away. For example, there's a link to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. There's also the California Coalition for Youth that can help find a teen a place to live. And then there's teensource.org that has more information about sexual health. Here under Contact Us, you will find the contact information for the National Partnership for Women and Families. If you see anything that is incorrect or there needs some additional information needs to be added, please contact the National Partnership for Women and Families to get that information updated as soon as possible. We try to keep this information as up to date as possible. There's also a blog feature. We are looking for bloggers. If you are interested in becoming a blogger, please email me at trg@pppsgv.org so that I can send you additional information about how you can become a blogger. If you are a teen, we would also love to have you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your story and how this guide might be able to help you or has helped you already. So we have teens talking about their experiences, as you can see here. Under county resources, we have a listing of resources by county, and these include court resources. You will see here a listing of all the different courts in the LA County. You will also have a couple of links to the LA courts and the Family Law and Self-Help Services, and it just takes you directly there. Another thing that we have here is legal aid and pro bono organizations. So this is, you can just call around and see if they are going to be able to help you if you need legal advice or legal help. We also have a listing of clinics and health providers within LA County. And we have a listing of domestic violence resources, and this includes shelters and hotlines as well as some websites. We also have a listing of the Adolescent Family Life Program, and these programs provide case management for teens and their families. There's also a listing for CalSAFE programs, and these are run through the school districts. Another thing that I want to point you to is the resources for professionals. In this tab, you will find that we have several different training resources for you. We have an on-demand webinar that you can access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can log in just by clicking here and log in. We also have weekly training set up with a live trainer. If you like to ask questions or have want additional information, you can also join us in the live trainings, and they're scheduled once a week. We also have 3 additional PDFs as resources for professionals, and these 3 PDFs are divided into 3 different sections. The first section covers the first PDF covers information about health resources and services and information. The second PDF covers information about social services, and the third PDF covers information about education and education rights. If you click on any of these, it will download to your desktop, and as you can see here, it's not the same as the guide for teens. It has more of the legal jargon and a little bit more background information about teen birth rates and teen pregnancy in California. But it still has some of the links that you might need to access and some additional information for you, especially stuff around minor consent and confidentiality and what that means. So these are really great resources for professionals. We also have our media releases if you want to send this out to other people. And we are also online. We have a Facebook page and a Twitter account. So please follow us on Facebook and like us on Twitter. And you can always share this guide and this website with others. So please, if you have any questions, you can always contact me. I look forward to hearing you. I hope that you get a lot out of this guide, and good luck to everyone, and have a good day. And here's the information if you need more information about the guide. And thank you.